What's going on with all my billionaires out there? This the guy, Hoods Billionaire. Welcome to Hoods Billionaire TV. Big favor, big abundance. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about former 1017 artist Luv Enchanting. Unfortunately, transitioning at the age of 26. Let's talk about it. So, you know, there were multiple reports going around. I'm always one of them type of people, it gotta be confirmed. Like, I have to see it's confirmed. I'm not gonna report on nothing until it's 100% for sure, or as close to 100% as we can report, right? But it's been reports. The sister came out, pretty much confirmed it. Lil CJ Casino pretty much came out and confirmed it. Let it be known that the plug had been pulled on Luv Enchanting, who was on life support. For what reasons, that's unknown. None of that really has been spoken on. Nobody really has any information on exactly what happened. It's just pretty, at this point, it's pretty much confirmed that she did transition. Now, if you're not familiar with Luv Enchanting, she's a former 1017 artist. She was signed to Gucci Mane, the new 1017, and she's a Dallas native. And the girl was really talented, man. Really talented. She could sing, she could rap. She attractive young lady, you know what I mean? She seemed like she had a good spirit from any interviews or anything I ever saw from her. And I just hate to hear that. I mean, 26 is very young for somebody to transition. I don't necessarily know the situation or what happened, but I'm just sending out prayers to everybody, man. Her family, just everybody, man. Just, you know, that's all you really can do, you know, in a situation like that, because that is extremely young. Now, I know she had left 1017. I don't know how long ago it was, but I remember when she was coming out doing interviews after Big Scar had passed. She was talking about how close her and Big Scar was, and how much that affected her when he passed away, and that whole situation. And like I said, she was talented, just Dallas native, had a lot of talent, you know, and Gucci Mane saw that in her and never quite really took off, probably how a lot of people figured that she would, but she had a pretty good following. She kind of remind me of like, not like style wise, but I'm talking about like, you know, that underground talent that is talented but never really take off how they should, like a Dope Boy Ra, or transition a piece to Dope Boy Ra, you know what I'm saying? That type, where it's like, man, these people are really talented. I wonder why they didn't make it to the top. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I feel about Luv Enchanting. Like, she's very talented. I wonder why she never really just took off. Maybe not being marketed the right way. Like, I really don't know. I couldn't tell you, but you know, like I said, transition a piece to her, you know, and her family. I know the Dallas area probably hurt because a lot of them young artists, like I said, CJ Casino already spoke on it. A lot of them are Dallas artists. They speaking out on her because everybody saying she was solid. Everybody saying how solid she was. Like, she was real solid, you know, no flaw in her, and she always kept it 100 with everybody. And them be the worst type that you hate to see lose. You know what I mean? You don't want to, you know, you seeing lose those type. And it's coming back to this. You know, when people transition, man, they talking about all the Gucci Mane curse and all of this and all of that. And I'ma say this, right? I'm a fan. You know, I listen to Gucci Mane music, especially when I'm at the gym. You know, I grew up on it. You know, now that I'm older, of course, you gotta understand it and see it for what it is, right? Now, is that something that all of his artists on the new 1017 that they put out are either dead or in jail? You gotta be real about that. And you know, sometimes what people don't understand, it's like the story of Jonah and the whale, you know. And I ain't trying to get biblical, but I'm just being real, you know what I mean? All spiritual books have truth. It's like the story of Jonah and the whale, where God was gonna rip apart the ship if they kept Jonah on the ship, and everybody was gonna go if they didn't throw Jonah over. You know what I mean? They threw Jonah over and Jonah got swallowed up by the whale, you know what I mean, and ended up being in the belly of the whale for a few days, and then they let him out, right? So pretty much Jonah had to face his demons. He had to eat his karma, right? He had to eat his karma. And sometimes when you around people that gotta eat their karma, it don't matter if it's not your karma or not. If you stay around them, you could be affected by that. You know what I mean? The karma that they got going. That's just kind of how the unseen world works. You know what I mean? That's how the unseen world works. It's the energy that you put out. And if you telling me Gucci Mane and rapped about killing and bricks and all of this, and even the whole new 1017, all them guys was rapping about being shooters and killers and robbers, and you putting out that type of energy, right? Could energy come back, right, and have a negative effect on your life path? Absolutely it could. Absolutely it could. And it's just one of those type of situations where, man, you gotta stay prayed up and moving in the right path, and stand on the righteous path. You know what I mean? Regardless of the ways of the world, you can't pay attention to the ways of the world. You gotta know the righteous path. You gotta walk the righteous path. That's just real. Like I say, I'm always gonna be this way. In private, in person, I'm the same way, man. You gotta put God first. You gotta stay a positive, righteous person, and you gotta live with a light heart. You know what I mean? And vibrate high. So I really hate that happened, like I said, because she was talented. I'm like, I couldn't lie and say that Luv Enchanting was not talented. She's very talented, and she was young. She had a bright future. You know what I mean? She definitely, with all the girls that's taking over now, the Lottos and Megan Thee Stallions and the Texas girls. I don't know, all the different Dreezys and with all these girls that's popping now, Luv Enchanting definitely could have been in that space. She definitely could have been in that group of new female MCs that's taking over, because she was talented. So I hate to hear this type of situation. You gotta just let everybody grieve. More reports as it comes out what she actually passed away from. Definitely a report on that. Or the family might keep it private, and they definitely have the right to do that. They don't have to expose anything and tell us nothing, because it ain't our business. If you got love for the young black queen, send out them prayers and positive energy on her transition into her family that's still here in the 3-dimensional. Okay, it's the guy who is being there. Big favor, big abundance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. This the guy who is being there. Big favor, big abundance. I'm gone.